Hey everyone, we are live at the Paste Studios right now with Foy Vance. Foy Vance, thank you for coming back, man. It's good to see you again.
Good to be back.
Yeah, man. And you've been super busy and will continue to be busy. I mean, you put out 2 albums this year. There's one, I think, on the books for 2020 also. So there's been a ton coming out recently.
At least one.
Yeah. Well, we'll stay tuned for all of it and keep coming back, man. We're always happy to have you here. So anytime it makes sense for you, come on back and play songs in front of the tapes.
I would do that any day of the week.
Good.
You know, like when you walk into, anytime I walk into a bookstore, I always feel like just about anything I need to know is here. It's kind of the same in here. You walk into this room surrounded by this tape, it's like I could lose myself. This would change your life listening to this stuff, right?
Yeah. Well,
should we listen to it all?
Well, I feel like we're about to hear some of your interpretation of the history that's here. I mean, you digging into Americana and roots music and all of the Memphis vibe and all of the Muscle Shoals, Alabama vibe, and ingesting that all onto your brain, spitting it back out into the world. I mean, I feel like we are about to have a very living history version of a session right now. Can you tell us what's coming up first?
No pressure. A song called "Only the Artist." What can I tell you about this song? Do you know what this song? It's on to Memphis, and it wasn't meant to be on to Memphis because it didn't exist until like the day before I got to the studio. I finished writing it in a toilet in is it the Hampton Hotel in Muscle Shoals? Very famous hotel there. I finished it the day we were driving to Memphis, and the whole way to Memphis, I made a recording of it in the toilet because the acoustics were nice, and the whole way to Memphis, it kept coming on to the Bluetooth in the car. So we thought, like it was playing on the radio. It kept doing it, just like butt dialing, doing it itself. So we thought that was a sign. There you go. That's that intro might be better than the song, actually. Montague and Capulet already set the scene. I knew you were a foolish bet, but it was better to beg than bleed. From the very first night that we met, you made me love you and I never should have let you. Romeo and Juliet, nothing but a writer's dream. I remember the time when you told me, baby, love is a work of art. I saw you scanning the corners of the canvas just like you didn't know where to start. I can't imagine the portrait you were painting when you saw me looking so alone. Oh no, that's something only the artist could have known. Ooh. By the coast and I held your hand, feels like a distant dream. I knew I was a foolish man, but I was caught up in your fantasy. You held my face and you gently kissed me, but all it told me was how much you'd miss me. Romeo and Juliet, always bound to cause a scene. Time when you told me, baby, love is a work of art. And I saw you scanning the corners of the canvas just like you didn't know where to start. I can't imagine the portrait you were painting when you saw me looking so alone. Oh no, that's something only the artist could have known. Ooh. Saw you scanning the corners of the canvas just like you didn't know where to start. I can't imagine the portrait you were painting when you saw me looking so alone. Oh no, that's something only the artist could have known.
Yeah.
People are not going to know that I bring my own audience everywhere I go.
Dude, that sounds great, man. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. I have been a fan of yours since, that last session that you played with us, it was instantaneously a fan. And then you did, I don't know if you know this, but I went to go see you that night at the Houndstooth Pub, and you did this just right around the corner from here.
Yeah.
And it was like an industry showcase, and there were some I don't know, managers, publicists, etc., who needed to be the loudest voice in the room kind of thing during your set, and like their backs were turned to you and you were in the middle of something. It might have been Noam Chomsky's The Soft Revolution, and you stopped the song right in the middle of it, and you were just like, I'm sorry, am I interrupting your conversation? And started pointing to specific people. It was so
I'm sorry,
good,
is my
man.
gig getting in the way of your conversation? Is what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I can always postpone this and come back, you know?
And then from that moment on, I knew I was going to go see you every single time you come to New York, which I am going to see you at the Skirball Center tomorrow at NYU, which will be a good one. Can you talk to us about what's the arrangement like? What do people see when they see you on the North American tour and the Ireland and UK tour as well? What's the arrangement like in contrast or comparison to what you're doing here in the tape room?
Well, there's just Hammy, the big fella standing beside you there singing harmonies every now and then. He's it's him and I. It's just so drums and then me, piano and guitar. So pretty stripped back. We've got Ryan McMullen supporting, opening up the shows.
Right.
They can expect to see him too.
Who was here as well?
He was here a second ago, but he doesn't like my music as much as I like his, so he didn't want to stick around for it.
He picked a curious job to be in for the next month and a half until the end of November.
Yeah, and then when I get to the UK, we're picking up a few more members of the band. So there'll be a 5-piece, a quintet through Britain and Ireland.
So can we talk a little bit about also the arrangement of the album, the recorded version, which you guys did? I mean, I know you did it at Sam Phillips down in Memphis, and I mean the record starts off. I Was Born is such. I mean, it's amazing. I listened to it a whole lot of times this weekend. It's my favorite record at the moment. So I'm really glad that you're here and doing this. Can we talk a bit about the arrangement and the instruments that are heard on the record and what people can?
We can
expect?
talk about anything, man. My ego is well massaged by now. I'm like an open book. Ask me anything.
That's done. I already asked the question.
What was the question? Was it good?
No.
What was the instrumentation?
Yeah, dude, it wasn't that creative or inventive. I'm just curious I already know the answer to this question. I just want the people in the internet. We've got a good audience right now. I want them to know what they can expect from To Memphis.
Well, it was myself, Matt Rossbang, and the Tennessee 10. There's 10 musicians that he picked. For the job at hand. I recorded the songs in my studio, demoed them up, got the arrangements right, got the rough feel of them, sent them to Matt. We talked about the instrumentation, what I felt could be added, and he chipped in on that, and then he picked the band, and then we went in and just recorded the songs. We'd play it once, listen to it, and then record it 3 times, and pick the best one, move on to the next one. And nice. We did that for 2 days. And so it's live feeling. It's got a beautiful, and it's hard for me to talk about because it's my record. I know I enjoyed making it. You know what I mean? I know I loved making it. I know the thing for me was the musicianship of like Al Gamble in particular, the Hammond player, plays for St. Paul and the Broken Bones as well. Do you know him?
Yeah.
I mean, all the musicians, I feel bad singling him out now because they were all incredible, but the kind of the language that they spoke, it was important to me to get people that were steeped in Americana, people that have just played it since day dot. There's no need to think about anything, or it's just there. Mm-hmm. Because when that's there, then all this other magical, transcendental stuff happens. just their conversation. There's some great musicianship. You can expect that. Even if you don't like my voice and you don't like my songs, there's some good musicians on it.
Well, I think it's a
And if you don't like my voice and you don't like my songs, don't worry about it. It's all right. There's plenty of voices out there that you will like and plenty of songs. Try Ryan McMahon.
Well, dude, I'm digging it a lot to Memphis, and I was listening to From Muscle Shoals quite a bit as well. And there's more music today. You're going to play 2 more songs from across the catalog from the most recent records. What do you think you want to do next?
Do you know what? I was going to do Malibu Jane, but to be honest, that's because it's easy on my voice, and I feel like I'm cheating now. I think I might try one that's maybe a bit harder on my voice. So this may or may not work. This could be a train wreck, but it's worth it, right?
All right.
What's the point of live TV if
that's
you
right.
don't risk a train wreck? Well, you never were the one to say you need something. Always done your crying on your own. Then I came along, got you to wondering, could I be the one to be the song? So when you need me, darling, your back's up against the wall. All you do is call. All you do is call. When you need me, darling, to help you through it all, I won't let you fall. No, I won't let you fall. And lately I've been thinking about time and how it used to feel when it was mine, all mine, and all day long. And now if ever you are alone and you need a heart to steal, I'll be right here to listen on the phone. So when you need me, darling, your back's up against the wall. All you do is call. All you do is call. When you need me, darling, to help you through it all, I won't let you fall. No, I won't let you fall. Couple of ropey moments right there. I was on a knife edge the whole way.
Man, well, I feel great about that. How do you feel about that? I think it's turned out outstanding.
I'm glad
No
we
train
got
wrecks
through
at
it.
all. Yeah.
I'm glad we got through it.
So
Wouldn't be the first song I didn't get through in the last 2 weeks, that's for sure.
Since we are in front of the tapes that we are in front of, you got a chance to check them out the last time, I think, and a bit of a chance to check them out this time. And there is, I think, the Muscle Shoals sound and the Memphis sound are well represented here. Can you talk a little bit about some of the specific artists that really drove you to want to make these companion albums and dive headfirst into Americana, interpret them the way you have? Who are some of the specific artists that really drove you to that?
Well, I wouldn't say any artist drove me to do this project, you know. It was, but yeah, you mean like that inspired the writing to be interested in this type of music, and that's sort of, my goodness, that's such a wide range. I mean, from Fame, I mean, Otis Redding's an obvious one, but Wilson Pickett, I was a huge Wilson Pickett fan early on.
Is Wilson Pickett a big deal in? I mean, he's a big deal everywhere. He's a big deal to me as well. But Joshua Burnside was in here last week, and that's when I asked a similar question. That was one of the responses to that question. We got into Wilson Pickett as well. Has he enjoyed a massive popularity in Ireland?
I think Wilson Pickett is just one of those artists that is enjoyed by anyone that has the luxury of hearing him.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
Because it's wild. His voice is wild. You know, it just feels completely unfettered. Yeah, but the sound of those records from Fame, you know, it had to be that room, just because of the certain record. Land of a Thousand Dances is one record that blew my mind. It might have been the first Pickett song I heard, actually.
Yeah, man, me too. I wore out the Forrest Gump soundtrack listening to that song over and over and wondering how they made it sound the way that it did.
Yeah, and I think it was a tape someone gave me. Might have been Greatest Hits or something. It had Hey Jude on it as well. It was like all this, like, you know, Pickett's hits. And I just played that tape over and over. I used to work in a storeroom in a chemist, one of the many jobs I did when I was a kid. And I just mapped out the day by how many times I had to play that until I got my break, and then how many times I had to play it till I got my, you know, to go home. I would just play it over and over. And the sound of that, not only his voice and those songs and this sort of, you know, that the feel of that music got me, but especially when I started getting into sound and recording my own stuff, you know, you realize how important a room is. You know, a room is like the fifth Beatle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was important to do it in Fame for that reason. Probably, if I had to tie it to one person, I would say Wilson Pickett was the first. You know, but there's so many other things that happened in that space, and with regards to Sam Phillips recording studios in Memphis. I mean, that's just, where else are you going to go if you're going to record some Americana songs? You know, that list is way more varied, because my dad was a huge American folk fan as well, and he listened to everything. You know, like he loved John Denver, he loved Willie Nelson, loved Chris Christopherson, and one of my other brothers, Colin, the second eldest, he was mad into like sort of trucker music. You know, like Convoy. He was a mad fan of that film Convoy. Do you remember that?
Is that a Kurt Russell
Press the
movie?
gate going 98, say, let those truckers roll. Here, the big old convoy. You know what?
No.
It was like trucker music he would listen to. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's my first memories of all that type of music. And then, you know, you get into Johnny Cash and Roy Orbison. Yeah, people like that, you know, that kind of made music in that sort of era, you know, in that era, recorded.
That Wilburys record was another one. The Traveling Wilburys record was one of the ones that also I wore out, probably alongside that the Forrest Gump soundtrack. Well, and
that room was incredible. But sorry to interrupt you, but in Sam Phillips recording studios, one of the things that they have kept is the chamber or the chambers, you know, the echo chambers. And a lot of studios, when it started to go digital or whatever, got rid of those, you know, because it was, let's use that as space, you know, storage or another room to record in, put a little writing room in or whatever. But they didn't do that at Sam Phillips recording studios. They realized that that's the sound. And, you know, he had that room on a fader, and I would be listening, and I would just say, give me a bit more 50s, and he would just push up this room, you know, this slap back. And there it is. That's, you know, the room was such a huge component in the recording of that album as well. You know, not to mention the killer musicians and Matt Rossbang, who's a sensational engineer.
Well, dude, it sounds amazing. I'm glad that you got to have that experience, and thank you for putting that experience out into the world, because I'm enjoying the record immensely. To Memphis is one of them. From Muscle Shoals is the companion record, and there's a ton more to look forward to in 2020. So there's a lot more coming out, which we'll stay tuned. It seems like you're as prolific and productive as a person possibly can be. So it's a total pleasure to watch this as you're in the middle of it and watch it evolve. It's really outstanding. So do come back here anytime it makes sense for you. We'll be here doing this in this room, which I think sounds good, man. I like it here, and you sound good in it. And they're gonna do a third song today. Do you know what's coming up next?
Yeah, it's not a risky one, but we'll give it a lash. Beyonce told me I had to do this one because it's on the radio at the minute. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Which camera?
You're on the middle one
one
right now. Yeah.
This one here?
Yeah, I'll cut to. Yep.
Thanks for tuning in. Here's a song called Wind Blows Chloe. See you down the line, hopefully. Well, you gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. Well, you gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. Yeah, you gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. You gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. The dust rolls over in the morning sun. There ain't no telling where the dust is going. All we know is the dust gets gone. We gotta go where the wind blows. You gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. No need to slow when the wind dies down. Nobody knows where the wind blows, Chloe. But we gotta go where the wind blows. There's a jackdaw calling in the northern sky. Looks like something might have caught his eye. Checks that wind before he takes that flight. Cause he's gotta go where the wind blows. And you gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. No need to slow when the wind dies down. Nobody knows where the wind blows, Chloe. But we gotta go where the wind blows. Go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. You gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. The ships that sail and the planes that fly know where they're going, but they keep one eye on the wind, cause the wind decides. Oh, and we gotta go where the wind blows. You gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. No need to slow when the wind dies down. Nobody knows where the wind blows, Chloe. Where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. You gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. You gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. You gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. You gotta go where the wind blows, Chloe. You gotta go where the wind blows. Thanks and good night. Tune in next week.
Man, thank you so much for coming and doing this.
My
We
pleasure,
appreciate it
genuinely.
very much. Have a great show at Skirball Center at NYU tomorrow, and all of the dates. There are a lot of dates. They're all up at foyvance.com. And please travel safely. We heard there was somewhat of an incident on the way back from...
Yeah, we hit a deer.
Yeah, man. On the way back from Levon Helm's place, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah, but listen, it's a night we'll not forget. The night we went to Levon's.
I bet.
There's a song on that, right? It was a night that we went to Levon's. We'll get some.
Man, well, enjoy all of them. I'll see you tomorrow night at NYU,
Look forward to it.
and travel safely. Thanks again for doing this.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.